You know the truth by the way it feels. Good morning and welcome to Transform Your Life in 15 Minutes. My name is McAdams. I'm an author. I'm also an accounting professor and a certified life coach. I specialize in personal and small business finance and also fitness. I help people reach their goals. And on this morning's live broadcast, we are doing 5-minute exercises, one each for the mind, the body, and the soul. And before we get started, I want you to know two things. Number one, this is going to be just a short 5-minute lesson that's going to take you a lifetime to master. And then number two, I want you to understand that I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm just here to help you unlock what's already within inside of you. All right, so in this morning's mind portion, we are reading a book, and it's called, let's see if I can show it here without the lights. There we go. Open Your Gifts, and this is by Kim Coles. And this is a book that we've been talking about for the last couple of days. And GIFT stands for, it's actually an acronym that stands for gratitude, intuition, forgiveness, triumph, and also self-love. And so we are actually going over the gratitude portion of it. So we're actually doing lessons of gratitude. So I want you to answer these questions for you. Have you ever been to, have you ever been lost, but then suddenly knew where to go? Or perhaps you were been in the elevator and the hairs stick up in the back of your neck when someone gets on. Or perhaps you daydreamed about quitting your job, but you don't because of financial reasons. Or maybe have you ever had a time when you knew there was something wrong with you, but the doctor and their initial test conclude that something isn't? Or perhaps you were drawn to a book for some reason, you just, something told you to just go to this book and read this book. And at the time you didn't realize why, but then later on you realize it's because you need the information from that book. Well, all these unexplainable things are because of your intuition. So today's lesson is about learning to trust your intuition, your instincts. And specifically, we're going to talk about what is it. We're going to talk about how it can help you, your intuition can help you, and then also give you 3 ways where you can actually learn to trust your instincts. All right, so the first thing is, what is it? What is your instincts? Well, guess what? Your intuition, your instincts, are actually is God's way of talking to you. It's that sixth sense. And then how can it help you? Well, it can help you in making decisions. Let's say you're stuck between 2 choices. Let your intuition take over and help you make that decision. Another way that your intuition can help you is it can be a danger radar. So, the instance where you've been in a situation where you just didn't feel comfortable, something was wrong, something your gut told you that, that you need to get out of there. All right, so that's your intuition speaking to you. And then another way that can actually help you is it actually can help you with about your health. Again, I mentioned about knowing something was wrong with you, and even though the doctors in their initial test tells you that something isn't right, 'cause that actually happened to me one time. I just knew something was wrong because I just knew something was wrong. I didn't know why, but I just knew something was wrong. And so I would go to the doctors and they would say, oh, no, you're fine. Your fever, you don't have a fever and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I started developing pains. And again, the doctor's like, well, there's really no cause. And I was like, but I knew something was wrong. And eventually after further tests, finally just telling him, no, I know something's wrong, and just kind of being adamant. Then they did some more tests and then they found out what was actually wrong. So that was my intuition. And I know you've had that as well. Now, there's actually certain ways that you can do to help you learn to trust your instincts, okay? And one of the things that you can do is trust, okay? Trust that you do have that inner voice, that inner guidance, okay? That's number one. Trust. Have faith that you have that inner voice that's going to guide you. And then the second way for you to learn to trust your intuition is for you to exercise it. Your intuition is like a muscle. You gotta exercise it. You gotta test it. You gotta tune it into its answers. And ways that you can do that is, number one, you can start writing down your feelings, journal, write down what you're feeling. And then another way that you can actually do that by exercising your intuition is by meditation. I'm an advocate of meditation to quiet your mind, that quiet space, you get a lot of answers. And then the third way is by sleeping on it. And what I mean by this is if ever you come up to a choice of a decision that you're having a hard time making a decision on, you have a choice that you have a hard time making a decision on, sleep on it. And then when you wake up, you'll mysteriously find something just weird just happened, but wow. Okay, anyway, sleep on it, and you'll find that that when you wake up in the morning, all of a sudden you will have the answer that you need. And then the third way to learn to trust your intuition is by being grateful. Gratitude has the power to transform. When you're in that quiet, peaceful, calm area, and it just, it opens up that inner voice, a way for it to talk to you. All right, so I want you to learn to trust your intuition, those instincts, that sixth sense that you have, because it will not only guide you, but it will support you as well. And I hope this little lesson has been really grateful or helpful to you. And so now we're going to move on to the second exercise in this broadcast, where we're going to be doing some yoga. And as I'm preparing to go to that next section, thank you for watching this live broadcast. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you're having a happy Tuesday morning. Great day to be grateful, great day to be alive. I want to make sure I don't forget anything, because whenever I try to multitask, sometimes that does not seem to work out. Even though a lot of times we pride ourselves on being multitaskers, but what I've learned recently, I'm looking crazy because I thought I turned this light on. I'm pretty sure I did, but who knows? Strange things has been happening. But what was I just saying? See, that's what happens when I tell you when I try to multitask. There we go. See, now I'm back on track. So I find later, forgot something, that you want to actually focus. Okay, so multitasking is not necessarily the best thing. It kind of really depends on what it is. I got a little funny story. Good morning. Hi, Joseph. How you doing? A little funny about story about multitasking quickly before we get started. I was talking to my ex-husband the other day. He was relaying to me a story where he just happened, I guess he was in line for somewhere, and there was this lady and this man having this conversation, and the lady was telling the man, oh, guys can't multitask. And so at that point, they were having discussion, and so my ex-husband Mac was kind of walking back, okay, I don't want to get involved in this. And the lady's like, no, you come on up, you're next. And so then something was said, because they were still talking about men not being able to multitask. And he said, that's not, my ex-husband says, that's not true. I'm actually walking and talking to you, so that's multitasking. So anyway, they got a good laugh of that. But anyway, so hopefully that lesson was helpful for you. So now we're going to move on to yoga. Yoga is, again, a way for us to further solidify. And I say further solidify, you don't really have to. It's already connected. But, get into tune with your mind and your body. Because remember, today's lesson was all about intuition. It's about going internally, seeing what's going on with inside of you. So this is a way for you to actually practice. And that was one way I didn't mention, is actually yoga helps you with your instincts as well, because you're going internally. Specifically, what we're going to be doing now is we're going to figure out what's going on inside of you in this present moment, okay? So is there any pains, any stress, any negativities, any strains that you feel in different areas inside of your body? We want to get in tune with that right now and help to clear that out by using our breath. And we're going to be doing Ujjayi breathing, which is that full diaphragmatic breathing. It's when you inhale, where your abdominals expand out and your chest goes up. And then as you exhale, your chest goes down and your abdominals go in. So that full diaphragmatic breathing, to help clear away the stresses that's going on internally with inside of you. And then immediately following this, we're going to be doing our meditation exercise. And keep in mind, guys, when it comes to yoga and also meditation, understand that this is a practice. So you can sit there and watch me, but I guarantee you'll get more out of it by joining me. And it's not going to take you that much time. I know you're probably like, okay, it was, especially on the East Coast, you're probably at this time getting ready to go for work, or you just got to work. Go in your office and close your door. It's just going to give you 5 minutes of just kind of getting yourself situated. And even for the yoga, that maybe if you're driving, I understand you definitely don't want to practice yoga while you're driving, even though there are some positions that you can. Maybe you should do a video on that. Anyway, I digress. Meet me on the mat and let's get started with some yoga. See, I had these strange things are happening. I had my music already up, but for some reason it's no longer there. All right, so go ahead and meet me on the mat, and we're going to go into tabletop. So tabletop is going to be where you're on your hands and your knees, and let's get started. Keep in mind that when it comes to yoga, it's about that mind-body connection. So first, get yourself grounded. Okay, I can do this while I'm doing it, right? You want to get yourself grounded by giving yourself 3 deep breaths. And then we also want to set our intention of what it is that you want to accomplish for this next 5 minutes, all right? So again, meet me on the mat. All right, so you make sure that your fingers and your toes are spread out nice and wide. You want to make sure your palms are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. Your head is a natural extension of your spine, and your spine is neutral, so you're not arched nor are you rounded. So just a nice neutral spine. And again, just kind of get yourself grounded. Just go internally. Figure out what's going on inside of you at this present moment. Not what you were feeling before you woke up this morning or anything else. We're going to go right now this present moment of how you're feeling inside. And then also while you're in this position, I want you to set your intention again. What is it that you want to accomplish for this next 5 minutes? All right, go ahead and draw your breath in. Take a nice deep ujjayi breath. And as you exhale, I want you to drop your chin down to your chest. I want you to round through your spine, tuck your tailbone under to the cat. And as you inhale, your head and chest comes forward. Your belly button drops down toward the mat. Press your shoulder blades, your armpits down toward the mat. And as you exhale, round to the spine, tuck the pelvic under. Again, this cat-cow is one of my favorite things to do in the morning, as you can tell, because I do it most mornings. But it's a great way to kind of limber up the body, loosen up the spine, loosen up the core, and really just go internally to find out what's going on inside of you. All right, inhale one more time. But this time as you exhale, I want you to curl those toes under, and I want you to take it to Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog, and start to pedal your legs. You want to make sure that your head is in alignment with your biceps. You're pressing your chest toward your thighs and your knees. Again, your shoulder blades are away from your ears. All right, go ahead and try to put those heels down. Press your chest toward your thighs and knees. Lift those kneecaps to engage the quadriceps. Give you a little deeper stretch on those hamstrings. Now, as you inhale, let's come up on the top of our toes. And as we exhale, roll down to the balls of your feet, all the way down to your heels. Let's do that again. As you inhale, come up on the top of your toes. And as you exhale, roll down to the balls of your feet, all the way down to your heels. Again, try to press them down to the mat if you can. Don't worry if you can't. And one more time, come up on the top of your toes as you inhale. And as you exhale, roll down to the balls of your feet, all the way down toward the heels. Now keep your palms flat. I want you to slowly start to walk your feet in toward your palms. And if you need to, bend your knees so that your palms stay flat onto the mat. When your feet reaches your palms, I want you to slowly round your body up. Just taking it one vertebrae at a time. And just making sure that your head is the last to rise. And we're going to come into Tadasana, mountain pose. Make sure I'm off. Okay, I'm still on camera. All right, so you want to make sure that your feet are together or slightly apart. You want to feel like there's roots extending from the bottom of your feet all the way down through the mat, through the floor, all the way down to the middle earth. You want to make sure that your chest is lifted, your shoulder blades are drawn back, so squeeze those shoulder blades toward your spine. And then make sure that your head is a natural extension of that spine by pretending like there's a string from the crown of your head attached to the ceiling, so it's standing up nice and tall, strong, sturdy like a mountain. Fingertips down, facing toward middle earth. And as you inhale, we're going to draw the fingertips up toward the sky. And as you exhale, we're going to dive the body forward, using your breath. Now, as you inhale, I want you to look up halfway by flattening out your back, stick out your tailbone. Again, a slight micro bend on those knees, lift the kneecaps to engage your quadriceps. As you exhale, I want you to forward fold into Uttanasana, placing your palms down flat, and then stepping back right, left into the plank. As you continue exhaling, you're going to release your knees, then your chest, and then your chin toward the mat. And then as you inhale, you're going to scoop your body forward to upward facing dog. Relax those shoulders, take them down and away from your ears. And then as you exhale, curl those toes under and take it back to downward facing dog. Just a couple breaths here, nice deep ujjayi breaths. Then I want you to step forward, right, left. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, dive the body forward. As you inhale, look up halfway, flatten out the back, tailbone sticks out. As you exhale, forward fold into Uttanasana, palms go flat. This time step back, left, right, into the plank. And as you continue exhaling, knee, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. And as you inhale, bring the body forward. And then as you exhale, curl those toes under. Again, just a couple breaths here. And then step forward, left, right. Inhale, take it all the way up. This time, kind of arch back for me. Exhale, dive the body forward. Look up halfway as you inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Step back, right, left to the plank. Continue exhaling, knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, relax those shoulders, draw them away from those ears. Curl those toes under, exhale to downward facing dog. Now as you inhale, I want you to bring that right knee into your chest, and as you exhale, extend that right leg all the way back. Keep your toes pointing down toward Middle Earth. Don't open up the hip. And then in one swoop, I want you to bring that right foot toward the fingertips. Turn your left foot in perpendicular and take it up to Virabhadrasana A, or Warrior One. As you inhale, straighten out your leg. And as you exhale, bend the knee, draw the hips down toward the mat. Again, just moving your way through it on the inhale. And then exhale. If this is too much strain and stress in your neck, feel free to bring your palms together at heart center. This time as you exhale, not only going to bend your knees, but you're going to take those arms out to the side to Warrior Two. So you get a nice long extension from fingertip to fingertip. Now go ahead and reverse the warrior. Relax the shoulder. And then take it back to Warrior Two. Return back to Warrior One. And then release the palms. Go ahead and bend the knee. And draw them down toward the mat. Take that right leg back to the plank. And as you exhale, take it to downward facing dog. As you inhale, take it to plank. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. Relax those shoulders. Inhale. This time as you exhale, knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. And then inhale, relax the shoulders, uncurl those toes. And then curl the toes under to downward facing dog. Now once you step forward, right, left. Inhale, take it all the way up. This time, arch back for me. Exhale, dive the body forward. Inhale. Exhale. This time it's left, right. Continue exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. Now as you inhale, the left knee comes into your chest. And as you exhale, extend that left leg all the way back. And then in one swoop, bring that left foot toward the fingertips. Turn that right foot in perpendicular. Warrior One. Inhale. Relax the shoulders. Try to keep your head in alignment with your bicep. And remember, use your breath. Keep your hips forward, facing to the front. This time as you exhale, release the fingertips. Nice long extension. Shoulder blades are in toward the spine. Your torso is nice, strong, and stable. And reverse. And then return. Straighten out the leg. Take the palms down flat. Take that left leg back. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. This time as you exhale, knee, chest, chin. Inhale, relax the shoulders. And exhale. Now slowly start to walk your feet in. And forward fold in Uttanasanas. Take your fingertips and clasp the outer edges of those elbows. Let the crown of your head bring your body weight naturally forward. Micro bend on those kneecaps, but lift those kneecaps to engage the quadriceps and give it a little deeper stretch in those hamstrings. As you inhale, just kind of hold your position, and as you exhale, surrender and release. Then release those fingertips down toward the mat, and then slowly take it up, one vertebrae at a time. Again, making sure that your head is the last to rise. Come back to Tadasana. Draw the breath in. And as you exhale, dive the body forward. This time, place your palms down flat, stepping out toward the edges of your mat. And as you exhale, release the tailbone down toward the mat. Now, using your elbows and the outer part of your arms, your triceps, to press on those inner thighs and pushing them outward. Bring the palms together, heart center. Bow your head down into Malasana. And then go ahead and give some gratitude. And then release the palms down flat and take them behind you. And then bring yourself into a comfortable seated position, facing forward. Making sure that you're on your sits bones and not the fleshy part of your bottom. Sitting up nice and tall, fingertips down toward the mat. As you inhale, we're going to take the palms up overhead. And as we exhale, release them back down toward the mat. Again, draw the breath in. Nice, deep Ujjayi breath. And exhale. And one more time. Nice, deep Ujjayi breath. Go ahead and bring in all that positive energy. Class at the very top, and then bring it toward your heart center. And namaste. All right, thank you for taking the time to do some yoga with me. And now this brings us to the third and final portion, third and final exercise, where we're going to be doing a 2-minute meditation exercise. All right, so go ahead. And if you're already in your yoga comfortable seated position, just kind of make the adjustments as necessary. Or if you're sitting in the chair, you want to take off your shoes, make sure your feet are grounded to the floor, you sit nice and tall. I want you to take 3 deep breaths. Go ahead and inhale through your nose. And exhale to your mouth. Again, nice deep breath. Inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your mouth. And one more time. Nice deep Ujjayi breath. Inhaling through your nose. And then this time as you exhale, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to begin counting. right, go ahead and release, relax, return, refreshed, and calm. You've done something good for yourself today. You know, it dawned on me as I was starting that I forgot to give you instructions. So if this is your first time watching, you're like, well, what am I doing? What am I counting? So I do apologize for that. But basically, it's a 2-minute meditation exercise. And what I mean by counting is you're just breathing normally. So the first 3 breaths that we took, those 3 Ujjayi breaths, that was to get ourselves centered and then grounded. And of course, to set your intention. And then when I said begin counting, you were to count your exhale. So just without manipulating your breathing, you're supposed to be breathing normally, breathing regularly as you normally would. And then you would count your exhales. And if there was any time that you had any distractions, whether it's external or internal with your thoughts, you would first acknowledge those distractions. And then second was to bring your attention back to your breaths by beginning your counting, but starting over with with number 1. All right, so if you kind of missed that, then guess what? There is a rewind button. I will be posting a recording. You can do that. Or, as a matter of fact, you don't need me, right? All you have to do is just set your timer because you have it on your trusty phone. Set your timer for 2 minutes because I want you to do this at least one other time today. So set your timer for 2 minutes. And again, all you're going to do is just breathe normally and then count your exhales. Okay? And anytime that you have any distractions, acknowledge those distractions and then redirect your focus, your attention back to your breath, and then continue counting, but start all over at 1. And then let me know what numbers you are on. I'd like to hear the feedback on this meditation. I have been getting some good feedback. Some people are still a little frustrated with it, but they understand that meditation is a practice and a process. But a lot of times, most times, there's actually good feedback and positive feedback on this 2-minute exercise, which is why I started doing this one as opposed to going in 5 minutes. And eventually we will do other meditations, but right now I think it's just important for you to have confidence in yourself and confidence in your ability, and with that it takes practice, right? And even me, even though I've been meditating now for quite some time, I still do this 2-minute breathing exercise. All right, well, anyway, thank you for taking the time to do the meditation with me, and then also thank you for taking the time to watch this transform yourself in 15 minutes. Now, your word for today is vitality. So I want you to have a day filled with vitality, and I will see you the same time tomorrow.